So we're doing all rookie teams. The beauty of this is that it's not locked into position, so it's just whoever you think the 10 best guys are. Luka and Trae Young are the first two that you have to mention in the first team. Sure, Trae Young struggled out of the gate, but his three-point shooting and playmaking has been so good, and Luka has been awesome pretty much from the jump and was being talked about amongst the best rookies of all time, even if he's tapered off a little bit since. It's going to be really fun to see these two be in the NBA for a long time, and they're probably going to be linked together for a while because of that trade and because of Trae's ascension. That move looks a little bit better for the Hawks. So, yeah, those are the top two guys. Number 3, even if he only played like 58 games or whatever, is Gerren Jackson. I think he's got Defensive Player of the Year written all over him. Maybe not next season, maybe next season, who really knows, but definitely at some point in his career for his block shots, his steals, and just the way he sees the floor and his length and athleticism. And then offensively, I think he's got a lot of stuff going for him as well. The low post game was better than I think a lot of people thought it was going to be. The jump shot showed signs. And yeah, Gerren Jackson's good. Going with DeAndre Ayton. A video that I put out not too long ago was watched by more people than I expected it was going to be watched by, where I basically just ranted for about 7 minutes on him not getting the ball enough. And I think that's holding true between Kelly Oubre and the guy who looks like Mose from The Office and other dudes. They're just taking way too many possessions away from Ayton, even if some of those guys aren't bad players, especially in the case of Oubre. But even so, I've got Ayton still on this list because the talent, you can't really question it with him. And then I'm going to go with Marvin Bagley for the last spot. And there is a couple of guys that you could name for this, and those guys are going to be on my second team, of course. Bagley's so damn athletic, and even if he doesn't have a specific position right now between the 4 or the 5, just putting him out on the floor means good things are going to happen. Whether it's offensive rebounds, putback dunks, transition plays, alley-oops, or jump shots that show he can actually be good there, he is something. So there's your first team. Anyway, the two guys who I'm thinking of for who could have taken over that Bagley spot, one of them's Colin Sexton. His playmaking is bad, I know this, but his shot selection got a lot better throughout the year. His shooting was really good, and given how bad Cleveland was for a lot of this season and Kevin Love not playing, I think he deserves a lot of praise. But I could picture some people talking themselves out of him. I am not one of those. And the other one is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who has made way more of a positive impact as a rookie than a normal first-year guy makes. He knows what he is on offense. He doesn't force up bad shots. His efficiency is really good, and his defense is maybe the most exciting thing about him, with his length and alien arms and all that. The Clippers could have themselves one of the better point guards in the league once we fast forward a few seasons. So we've got Colin and Shai for the second team, and now there is a whole lot of players that you have to mention. We've got Kevin Huerter, who's really exciting, but he's averaging like 9 points a game for all of the stuff you could say about him. We have Landry Shamit, who, similar to SGA, has made a pretty wild impact as a rookie. Josh Okogie, defense is his thing. What could knock him down is his consistency and percentages on offense. We have Roddy Karooks, the god, power forward. I think he's a 4 for the Nets. Jalen Brunson, another example of Rick Carlisle's backup point guard magic. Mikal Bridges, seems like a good 3-and-D guy that the Suns should hang on to. There's Miles Bridges, who sometimes reminds me of Josh Smith with the way he can dunk on people's heads. And then we've got Mitchell Robinson, who is apparently nicknamed Big Meech on the internet. A couple quick mentions. I think Mo Bamba just didn't play enough. And the same thing can be said for Wendell Carter Jr., but I do like those two moving forward. Anyway, the last 3 spots for the second team, I think Shamit has to get one of these. When you go into the advanced numbers for him, you'd think he was already a 5-year veteran. Not even just the advanced numbers. Looking at the basic box score stuff, his percentages from 3 and the fact that he's been starting for the Clippers and he was playing a lot of minutes for the Sixers beforehand. Yeah, I'm going to go back to it again. If you didn't know he was a rookie, you'd assume that he was a veteran already. Mitchell Robinson's defense is real. The on-off numbers are actually pretty staggering with him. When he's in the game, The Knicks' defense is actually good. And I don't remember the last time their defense was even past, I don't know, 15th or 16th in defensive rating. And then when you look at his offensive stuff, it's fine. Solid 10 to whatever points a game. He's had moments this year where his rebounding has actually been kind of through the roof. So I think he's deserving of that. That was a good pick by the Knicks. And finally, I'm going to go with Jalen Brunson, who I think has gone a little under the radar this season. I know a lot of people will end up going with Kevin Huerter here, which is fine. I think that's do your thing. But Brunson has taken over the Mavs offense a little bit, and his percentages and his efficiency from not only as a scorer but also as a passer, I think, puts him over the top, and I'm willing to have him as the second team last spot. Pretty damn good rookie class, honestly. So there's your second team, and yeah.